Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We back. Patrick CC, we haven't did a Patrick CC video in a while, right? Mm-hmm. So we got the latest one. I know we apologize. I saw somebody here asked if we was gonna do the one last week. If y'all still want that, we might give it to y'all, but we probably put that one on the extra dose since it's been a minute. You know, hey, it is what it is. But this week we got how Will Smith. What the hell? How Will Smith forced his son to fail. You think he forced his son to fail?
I have no clue.
Are we talking about like the pressure? Like pressure of being like a successful. Now that part I might, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for kids to grow up and having like seeing a parent have so much success and to follow that. You get what I mean? Like athletes, like so many people clown Michael Jordan's kids because they never became Michael Jordan, or they have high expectations for LeBron kids to follow in the footsteps. Even Denzel's Washington's son now is going into acting. So are you going to have those same high expectations for his son?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
What now? You were finna say?
No, I was about to say, and that's kind of why you kind of have to kind of teach your kids to create their own identity in a sense.
But I feel like no matter what they do, if they
decide
to do
when
something,
y'all try to follow, when kids try to follow exactly the blueprint that their parents are, you know, whatever career path they in, I feel like then that's when it's a lot of pressure.
Well, let me say this then. You got to look at it like this. When your parents, say for instance, if LeBron's son was like, hey, yeah, my dad, he went into basketball, but hey, I want to go into being an accountant. You know how society...
you gotta be the best accountant you can be.
See, that's still a high expectation.
No,
and then if I
choose that career... the best accountant you can be.
My bad.
That's what I said.
Or, say for instance, you want to be an accountant. Other people be like, damn, that's all you want to do. Look who your dad was.
Okay, and I'm not my dad. And that's and also... I don't know where we going with this, but it'd be a lot of pressure from society as well. Yeah,
that's all I mean. Like, I think society, like even rappers, like a lot of kids nowadays want to follow behind their parents as far as in that realm, and I'm like, most of the time it ain't gonna never be.
Especially when you're the greatest, that was a lot of shoes. I mean, those are big shoes to fill.
Or say for instance, like T.I.'s son. Everybody seen you grow up. They already know you come from rich. But when you try to be a thug, you try to be street and gangster, we like, bro, we watching you on TV. You a little spoiled, bad little kid. Yeah. So society has its own pressure, and that could be like tremendous on the child. We don't get the child's perspective from that, you know. Yeah. So with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you gotta do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
We highly appreciate it. But with that being said, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about, man.
What you are about to see is a 20-second clip that made Jaden Smith the laughingstock of the internet.
Because I was picking up more things from adults than I were from kids my own age. And I look, and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of just... selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now? Can we talk about what's going on with the environment? Can we talk about...
However, people choose to ignore the very important context stated right before that cringy clip.
Put me like, they would be having a meeting about their next film or something, and they would put me at the head of the table and just make me sit there while they talk and debate with all these people, talk numbers, talk crazy stuff.
Jaden says he spent more time with adults than children during his youth. He would spend his free time in very important business meetings with his mother and father, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, discussing serious business matters that he barely understood at the time. Jaden's parents never told him no. They allowed him to do anything and everything his heart desired, hoping that it would deepen and strengthen their relationship. They designed a meticulous, calculated plan for Jaden to be born and raised a superstar, and it ended in disaster. By age 15...
Technically, both of the kids are like that, though. Because even with the Red Table Talk, Willow, you know what I'm saying? I understood with Jada's situation. Now I would understand if your mom was involved, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But did Willow necessarily have to be a part of it? You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But also, I guess you can look at it like this from that first part. If y'all want to be in this business, in this entertainment realm, because obviously Jaden was acting at a young age, Willow was rapping and singing at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all wanted to be in this entertainment business, we got to teach y'all early so y'all won't get ripped off like we did.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine if they just said, hey, let them learn this. Then people will have scrutiny about that.
And I feel like with situations like this, it's kind of,
damn if you do, damn if you don't situation?
No. I mean, you could say that. But no, that's not what I'm about to say. Kind of in a sense of, you know, the parents probably feel like, because with the statement you just made, like, hey, we're bringing you in these rooms so that you can learn at an early age, since we see that this is the direction that you're trying to go. In their head, they think that they're doing good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's always different sides to the story.
Yes,
you have to, when you have conversations like this, everyone needs to be involved to be like, okay, this is the reason why I was doing this, or this is why, and, you know, we feel like, you know, it'll be great for you, but if it messed you up or whatever the case may be, then... my bad. My apologies. I'm sorry. We thought we was doing good.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Wanted to be emancipated from them, got blacklisted from Hollywood, and is hated by everyone on the internet. Most people's first introduction to Jaden was in 2006 during his film debut in the biographical drama The Pursuit of Happyness. Most young actors start with minor roles to help build their resumes. Jaden's father thought it would be best for his 7-year-old son to join a $55 million budget feature film alongside his dad, but the film producers did not want Jaden as the co-star. The film is inspired by the true story of Chris Gardner, a San Francisco salesman struggling to build a future for himself and his 5-year-old son Christopher. When his girlfriend walks out, Chris is left to raise Christopher on his own. In a movie that centers on a father's relationship with his son, it makes sense to cast an actual father-son duo, and many would argue the decision paid off with the heartfelt film. However, casting Jaden was not a straightforward decision. In fact, he still had to audition, just like other young actors in contention for the part. In his memoir titled Will Smith explained that director Gabrielle Muccino was having trouble casting the role of Christopher Jr., having auditioned close to 500 child actors. Around that time, Jaden began expressing interest in acting, so Will and Jada consented to their son auditioning for the role. Although Muccino wanted Jaden to portray Christopher Jr., there was some pushback. Will wrote that the Pursuit of Happyness director told him, "I wanted Jaden for this role from the first moment I met him, but the studio forbade me from asking you." The studio felt like it was a death sentence for the film from a marketing standpoint. They felt like people wouldn't be able to suspend disbelief seeing Jaden and Yu on camera as father and son. The studio also feared their decision would appear as favoritism and preferential treatment, with people crying out nepotism. Finally, Jaden was allowed a screen test alongside Will, which led to Jaden auditioning a total of 9 times, which is very uncommon. The studio simply didn't want the problems that came along with casting him, but audition after audition, in all of his innocent 6-year-old glory, he proved himself the right actor for the role. Many people question if Jaden actually proved himself, or if his father was so steadfast on him securing the role that eventually the studio just gave in. But it really didn't matter, because the film was a hit. Their natural father-son dynamic helped the film gross over $300 million at the worldwide box office, with both Will and Jaden receiving several award nominations. Jaden says his parents never pressured or expected him to follow in their footsteps. However, he did grow up with a camera in his face. Now, a lot of parents made home videos with their kids, but maybe Will put a little extra focus on it.
My dad would just film me and my sister, and we would make Trade Tricks, Matrix spin-off.
It's not uncommon for celebrities' children to follow the same career path, and he landed another substantial role in the sci-fi film The Day the Earth Stood Still.
You know, like, so to piggyback off of what Jaden said, because he's looking at it from a lens, and I'm like, a lot of people who grew up as like child stars look at it, because like recently Bow Wow came out and said he wished he had the same life as a lot of people. He wish he went to college, wish he went to prom, and wish he was able to pledge a fraternity. Which in that sense, you can still pledge, bro. You gotta understand the process. If you just seek the information, you can go to college.
He wants to actually go to like.
You can go to college. You can go to college.
I think he could, but he probably.
Bro, you are not like you're not Bow Wow anymore. You're Shad.
But for a lot of people,
bro, go to PWI. Go to a PWI And people might be starstruck at first, but go to class. Trust and believe. A lot of people ain't gonna give a damn.
He probably ain't trying to go now. He probably was just speaking in the sense, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying a lot of stuff you want to do, you can go do. But in a sense is, you saying like, oh, I wish I like, oh, pity me because I didn't have y'all life. A lot of people wish they were in your shoes. Like, even though you like, oh, I didn't have, like, my parents.
And that's the thing of everybody on the outside looking in. Yeah. Everyone, like, you wish that your life was a little bit more on the low-key side and not, like, cameras in my face and this and that. And then people that don't have that want that. But no one understand what comes with each life. And that's why you just kind of have to appreciate what you got, where you at, and be grateful for it because... Like, everybody want what they, like... See what
other people have and like, dang, I yearn for that.
I yearn for that. But you don't know what comes with that and vice versa. But
yeah, because what all I'm trying to say is, in somebody like Jaden's situation, that's a lot of kids or a lot of young adults who wish they had Jada and Will as their parents, who wanted to pursue acting as a child and was like, I wish my parents would have had access and stuff like that. That's all I'm trying to say, is you can't look at it like that. You also have to be appreciative of what you was blessed to be a part of,
During a surprise guest appearance on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Now imagine every random idea you had as a child. If you were Will Smith's son, he would pour thousands of dollars into whatever your heart desired at that moment. At 10 years old, Jaden wanted to start a water company. Just Water. My man. When I was a kid, I kept seeing discarded water bottles on the ground everywhere, and the amount of waste blew me away. I told my parents that I was passionate about reducing our carbon footprint. For the next 7 years, they developed a planet-friendly water bottle that uses 82% renewable material. Just Water wouldn't be available to the public until 2015. As of 2019, the company has sold its water in stores over 10 countries and over 15,000 retail stores in North America. Although Jaden wanted to make an impact on the world, his privilege undoubtedly gave him a sense of superiority. He seemingly forgot that his parents' money funded his business ventures, meaning he didn't need an education like others. He once famously tweeted, "If everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society." Jaden was homeschooled by his parents in the beginning because his father wanted his kids by his side when he was filming movies. "My kids being with me is of a higher value than sitting in a classroom." Then in 2009, Will and Jada opened New Village Leadership Academy, a private elementary school in Calabasas, California. Jaden and his sister Willow enrolled at the academy once it was up and operating. According to ABC News, classes consisted of yoga, karate, robotics, technology, math, literacy, Spanish, art, and living skills. As Jaden grew older, he used social media to express his views regarding traditional education.
We're preparing everybody to go to prison through the schools. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, the people that are not doing good in the grades, oh, you're doing like this, oh, you went to the detention, da-da-da-da. There's too many correlations between public schools and prisons.
Jaden has been crowned.
I don't think he can speak on it, though, because he ain't never attended.
Like, if you don't have that traditional experience, then it's not something that you can
speak on.
Have, in a sense, like you can be, again, being on the outside looking in, thinking that you know what's what, and someone may agree. Yeah. A lot of people may agree, but at the same time, it's like, if you haven't actually experienced that traditional education, like school education, K through 12, the traditional route, then...
As somebody who's spent a lot of time in trouble in school, I mean, damn near every week, every day, detention, suspension, in-school suspension, alternative school, expel. I do understand the purpose of it, because it's like, if you, it's letting you know, like, there's rules in this world. And if you don't abide by the rules, there is punishment. Consequences. Yeah, consequences of punishment. And so have I ever been to jail? No. I learned a lot of that stuff just growing up. Like, bro, I'm always in trouble. I'm always, so as I became an adult, I want to fucking stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
Nah, I don't want detention, because it's going to be a different type of level.
Bro, I've been pat down, searched as a young child. As a 12, 13-year-old, you getting searched, pat down every day. I already knew what the experience was. I wasn't trying to have that as an adult. So, like, I disagree with what he's saying, because I feel like it is needed in those situations. My thing is, maybe you should have went through the experience of being in a public school, because I know people who went to private, and I know people that did private and public, and a lot of those people say, "Hey, fuck the private school. They rather have public."
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people. Some people still enjoy it. I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you
I was going to say, at the end of the day, everybody entitled to their own opinion, but I do feel like if you haven't actually, like I said, experienced that traditional education, I feel like you really can't give your 100% like viewpoint on it, because
you don't have that viewpoint.
You don't have the viewpoint. You know, you on the outside looking in, thinking that you know what's going on, but you do have people that have experienced the traditional education that may agree with him.
Let me ask you this. Your friend, the friend that you had that went to private school, the one that went to Trinity.
Yeah.
Your friend, right?
No.
You want to call her a friend?
No. But she went to Trinity, but okay, come on.
Associate.
Okay,
somebody. Yeah. Do you think she would have enjoyed going to a public school? Or would she have...
I think she enjoyed the school she went to. She spoke highly of the school.
Okay. So
everybody experience, everybody viewpoints, everything is different for everyone. Okay. Her and her brother loved that school.
Oh,
they
really?
spoke highly of that school.
But I'll say this too, though. Just going to private school don't put you in a better position.
No, it doesn't.
In life than people who went to public.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
The king of I'm 14 and this is deep. Pretty much everyone that has experienced the American education system knows it's not setting us up to be successful multimillionaires. And maybe in theory, the New Village Leadership Academy style of learning could be much better for the youth. The problem is that the school cost $22,000 per year to attend and was closed due to parents learning their child's curriculum was steeped in Scientology. So when Jaden says things like, school is the tool to brainwash the youth, and education is rebellion, it kind of just comes off as a rich boy who had all the resources to be successful and thinks anyone could do it as long as they put their mind to it and work hard. However, in 2010, Jaden would hit his career peak when he starred in the remake of The Karate Kid, a role that catapulted him to global superstardom. As you can imagine, this was Will Smith's idea. Jaden said, "My dad had the idea, and everybody knows in our house that my dad's a little crazy." Okay, he's very crazy. But you know, when he said this, we were like, "Are you sure?" And then we were like, "Alright, we're going to listen to you because you're the guy." Little did Jaden know that just blindly listening to his father would eventually lead to disaster. Jaden took the spotlight while his parents took on producer roles, overseeing the film under their production company, Overbrook Entertainment. This film would change a lot of the most iconic parts of the original. Ralph Macchio's 1984 Karate Kid depicts a boy from New Jersey who moves to a California town. For Jaden's Dre Parker in the remake, he's not just the new kid in town. He experiences an unimaginable culture shock when his mother's job forces them to move from Detroit to China. The main character in both adaptations develops animosity towards the class bully and must learn how to defeat him. However, the famous wax-on, wax-off scenes are replaced with a new learning system centered around putting a jacket on and taking it off, hanging it up, and taking it down. Karate, which originated in Okinawa, Japan, is replaced with Chinese Kung Fu. Jerry Weintraub, the original series producer, insisted on using the well-known title even though the film contains no karate. He briefly contemplated changing the title to The Kung Fu Kid before deciding otherwise. Jackie Chan portrays Parker's instructor, Mr. Han, a maintenance man, and secret Kung Fu master who trains Parker to face the bullies at an upcoming Kung Fu tournament. Having Jackie Chan as the main character meant this film was destined for success. Chan is so widely respected in China that they got production benefits that nobody else could. The Chinese government reportedly agreed to let filming take place at the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, and the Wudang Mountains. Then Jaden was given the opportunity to collaborate with the biggest pop star in the world, Justin Bieber, for the Karate Kid theme song, adding to the seemingly never-ending list of advantages Jaden had. Never Say Never featured a rap verse from Jaden. This was the first song he ever recorded. The single reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Today, Never Say Never has been certified 5 times platinum and accumulated over 1 billion views on YouTube. The Karate Kid, released in summer of 2010, received positive reviews from critics and grossed over $359 million globally. Nonetheless, the film's success reinforced Jaden's position as a rising star in Hollywood. He was paid a reported salary of $1 million as an upfront fee, but received an additional $2 million bonus after the film was released. Will Smith carefully shaped his son's career up until this point. He was now 12, a global superstar, and basically had a perfect resume. But all of that was about to come crashing down. In 2013, Jaden appeared alongside his father Will in the post-apocalyptic action film After Earth. This was intended to be the first installment of a new franchise. Will intended to launch a multimedia franchise titled 1000 AE. The original plan was that After Earth would be followed by a sequel, then a live-action television series, an animated television series, webisodes, a video game, consumer products, theme park attractions, documentaries, comics, an educational program collaboration in partnership with NASA, cologne and perfume lines, and a social media platform, with Jaden being the face of it all. Will created a plan to essentially turn Jaden into Mickey Mouse, a ubiquitous character that can be milked for billions of dollars through licensing. Once Jaden realized he was just a pawn for his father's billion-dollar business, he tried to exit his own family.
Was he trying to set him up as a pawn, or would you look at it more like set him up for generational wealth? Because you can have multiple looks upon this. Because you are trying to be, as for what we see, you're being an actor. You're trying to pursue. You're pursuing that as a career. Yeah. You're trying to rap because he has tried to rap plenty of times. So he's wanting to be in Hollywood.
Like right.
So he's trying to set you up with the.
It seems as you want this life. You're young. You're 12, 11, whatever. You're young. It seems as though you want this life. It seems though as
and they have all the access.
And you do have the access, but
and the money.
And sometimes I don't get it.
Sometimes it's the kids.
Sometimes I don't get it, but I feel like some people may feel like, oh, maybe Will was trying to force him and mold him to be another mini him, and it was a lot of pressure. And then he started to probably feel like, okay, you want me to do this, and that. I mean, you have all these great ideas. But it's the fact that
I hold you. That's a lot of parents, though.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like, a lot of parents are like that, though. A lot of parents like.
And then it causes the kids to start to be
even
rebellious.
Us. Like, think about it. Even us, like, we plan on having kids, right? Yeah. So we're planning on We already are mapping out how we would want the structure to be, but we don't know if that kid. But we're trying to provide the best for the kid, and we're trying to establish generational wealth so they don't have to struggle the way you had to struggle. So a lot of times, it's low key ungrateful.
I feel like some maybe so, but I do feel like it's different in trying to set yourself up now for your kids in the future, opposed to forcing things down their throat. That's a difference.
Like I said in the beginning, you can look at it in multiple different scopes.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to look at it from each viewpoint, and I don't want to miss anything or things to be taken out of context of what I'm saying. Yeah. Because right now, as I said, I'm like, oh, I would have loved to, you know. But then at the same time, I didn't have that opportunity to be able to do that. And maybe if I did have the opportunity, I would have been like, okay, this is a lot. If I did have the opportunity, I would have been like, whoa, this is a lot of pressure. This is more than what,
Hell, even going into it was probably more pressure.
I bit off more than I could chew. But you just don't know.
But you got to think about it. Most people who don't come from that, can bite more than they can chew, but they still, because it's what they want.
And that's the thing.
And my thing is...
So did you truly want it?
He said he wanted it in the beginning.
But now you've changed your mind.
But I feel like because of who his parents is, a lot of times kids who are successful like that feel as though they can do dibble-dabble in whatever they want to because they come from Hollywood anyway. So they I should have access. Because we've seen it plenty of times before it happened. And it's what we consider is spoiled brat syndrome. Is I should have access to whatever because of my parents' success, instead of establishing now. Because it'll be another whole thing if Will Smith was like, "Y'all gonna have to go out there and get it on your own," or damn, Will Smith sent his kids to public school and not create a whole school for his kids. That would have been a whole.
That would have been a whole. So and we would have been sitting up here having a whole conversation.
His kid wanted to be an actor, but Will Smith didn't help him out, then y'all would have had
been a whole different conversation.
So it's like he told him, hey, I have interest into this. And his dad damn.
Well, we about to run with this, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, Will Hart probably was in the right place, but then also with you feeling like, or maybe in the back, you're like, I don't want to put in all this work. I just want, my dad to, I don't know.
I just want that free access when I want it.
I don't know.
And that's that spoiled brat syndrome.
But I don't know. We can't say. We don't know.
That's a whole new one. Spoiled brat syndrome. credit me in the credits, bro.
Not credit me the credit.
Earth is a film set in a distant future where Earth has become uninhabitable due to environmental catastrophe, and humans have resettled on a new planet called...
Damn. And this is what Jaden has always been talking about.
This is what you seem like you have the interest in. So your dad was like, okay, well, let's take these bright ideas that you have.
You want to be an actor. You want to be
and let's create something great.
He has said
that's why I say his heart
invested all his interest into what your interest is.
So why now?
He created a whole water company for you.
Did you realize, like, dang, I really don't want this, but I don't know how to tell my dad because we don't put in all this money?
Instead of going out to the public and doing interviews and downing your parents for providing for you.
But then again, you know, hey.
Spoiled brat syndrome.
I'm on the outside looking in.
I am on the outside looking in, but I'm still calling it SBS.
To exit his own family. After Earth is a film set in a distant future where Earth has become uninhabitable due to environmental catastrophe, and humans have resettled on a new planet called Nova Prime. After Earth centers on General Cypher Rage, played by Will Smith, and his son Katai, played by Jaden Smith. Cypher is a legendary military commander known for his ability to ghost, which means he can suppress his fear and become invisible to the alien creatures called Ursa that now threaten humanity. On the other hand, Katai struggles to live up to his father's expectations and lacks the emotional control necessary to ghost. Cypher is critically injured when their spaceship crash lands on Earth, and Katai must embark on a perilous journey to retrieve a rescue beacon that can signal for help. The film primarily focuses on Katai's survival and personal growth as he faces numerous dangers and overcomes his fears. After Earth, through a generic and uncompelling plot, came off as a passion project that potentially reflected Will and Jaden's real-life relationship. The reflection being that Jaden wasn't nearly as talented as his father and needed to desperately work on his craft to be mentioned in the same breath. Perhaps the most ironic part about this film is that it's too realistic. Cypher holds his son's hand while guiding him to success, instead of allowing Katai to find his own path, which is exactly what happened in real life between Will and Jaden. Cypher's demanding expectations and Katai's desire to prove himself create tension within their relationship that evolves as the story progresses. This same tension is reflected in Will and Jaden's relationship months after the film's release. Critics felt that Jaden was handed the opportunity due to his family's connections rather than his acting abilities, which was completely true. Another concern surrounding the film was elements of Scientology, a controversial religion to which the Smith family has been loosely associated with. Despite the star power of Will Smith, After Earth underperformed at the box office. It did not meet the financial expectations set by the studio, leading to financial losses and disappointment for all involved. Although the film made over $243 million on a $130 million budget, the production budget doesn't include the marketing, which cost roughly $100 million. This meant the film's total budget stood somewhere around $230 million, and not to mention the empire that was supposed to be built around it. To add insult to injury, the film received 6 Golden Raspberry Award nominations, with Jaden winning Worst Actor, Will winning Worst Supporting Actor, and together winning Worst Screen Combo. Will abandoned his multi-billion-dollar franchise plan and admitted that this destroyed his relationship with Jaden. After Earth was an abysmal box office and critical failure, Will wrote in his memoir, and what was worse was that Jaden took the hit. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. They said and printed things about Jaden that I refused to repeat. Jaden had faithfully done everything that I'd instructed him to do, and I'd coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced. We never...
But you also got to teach your son how to take criticism.
That too.
And you can't, that ain't a word I'm looking for, but you can't like just constantly, like, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Like you pass it. Coddle, that's the word I'm looking for. I was like, I know it's a word, but it's coddle them. Like, you really got to let him know, like, hey, this comes with it.
Right.
Like, it's like everything. I've seen this with Jaden because I kind of followed his career because I thought he would, like, him and Diggy Simmons, I thought, like, hey, y'all parents were superstars, like, thinking what, you know what I'm saying? Neither one of them lived up to the hype or potential that people thought they were going to do. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of times due to criticism, I feel like they ran away from the spotlight knowing that their family has success where they can just ride off that. Yeah. Like, my parents already got riches. I don't have to do anything. But you should want to leave your own mark and your own legacy. Facts. You shouldn't just want to ride off of Will Smith. Become Jaden Smith. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is take the criticism, work on your skill, work on your art. If you really, like, you can't...
I'm sorry.
No, go.
I'm sorry. I'm not
No,
trying
go,
to cut you
go.
off.
No,
I was
go.
about to say like that. Like for me, it would have been like a fire lit up under me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sport brat.
Who, me?
Since
Oh, it would have been like a fire lit up inside of me or up underneath me. Like the fact, okay, y'all think this. Okay, I'm gonna work on my craft. I'm gonna come back bigger and better, and I'm gonna show y'all at the end of the day. And also, Will has to understand you can't hold his hand his entire life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Gotta let him
like
grow
you
up
have
and
to
be a
let
man.
him, because when he had when Patrick had said that one little line about in the movie, like kind of like describing what it was with the success and not living up to the expectations, I was like, dang, this is them. And then he kept, and I was like, yeah, this most definitely is. It seems like it's a play on y'all life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I think that's the biggest thing is the coddling situation.
Yeah.
And you still see it to this day.
Yeah.
And both of the kids.
I'd instructed him to do, and I'd coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced. We never discussed it, but I knew he felt betrayed, he felt misled, and he lost his trust in my leadership. And Will wasn't lying about the public humiliation. Jaden was eviscerated. South Park made fun of him.
Jaden Smith lets his parents do whatever they want. You know what? The guys at work, they took a bet on who would win in a fight, you or Jaden Smith, and they all said Jaden Smith could kick your ass.
Key and Peele also made fun of him.
I mean, it's hard being Will Smith's son. I just want to make sure my next project reflects that I'm a down-to-earth, normal kid. Am I making any sense?
Not to mention the endless articles and tweets that were being thrown at him every day. All of Jaden's success at this point was because of Will, Pursuit of Happyness, The Karate Kid, even Just Water, which was started with Will's money. Jaden blindly followed his dad because what child wouldn't trust their dad? Plus, it was working. There was an immense pressure to fulfill his dad's vision to become a billion-dollar franchise, and he performed to the best of his capabilities, only for it all to come crashing down and have the world blame Jaden and not Will. Jaden was ruined, angry, and asked his parents if he could be emancipated. Emancipation is a legal process that frees a child who is between the ages of 14 to 17 from the custody and control of their parent or guardian. His parents were heartbroken, but they understood why. They realized it was because of their mistakes that their son didn't feel normal. He ultimately decided to not be emancipated, but he started to pursue a life and career on his own terms. However, this would make people hate him even more.
Let me ask you this. If your kid came to you and asked you, hey, can I be emancipated? You say, hey, yeah, I allow you. Did you cut them off financially as well? You don't want to be a part of the family anymore. Or you need time to think on that.
That's not something that I can answer. And see, I have you ask me questions like this because one, I don't have kids, and two, I can't even fathom to put myself in like those shoes or that box or that
let
situation.
Me say it like this.
And I'm just like,
since he want to run away from it and he wants to blame everything on his parents.
Yeah. All
right, when you become an adult, you want to. All right, we're gonna allow you to go out there. You go out there and get your job. You go out there, establish your life.
Most definitely.
Don't come always knocking on our door to financially support you. So
now that's a different situation. But again, I don't have.
You want to cut off. You feel like they a part of your problem in life.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm gonna let you ponder on that. We'll go back to it at the end.
Please don't.
We will.
Mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real. If newborn babies could speak, they would be the most intelligent beings on planet Earth. I should just stop tweeting. The human consciousness must raise before I speak my juvenile philosophy. Jaden feeling like he is this profound philosopher that the world can't understand obviously comes off as extremely pretentious. But he was 14 years old at this point and was finally coming up with his own thoughts, ideas, creations, instead of his parents shaping them for him. In an interview with GQ, he said, "Me and Willow are scientists, so everything for us is a scientific test upon humanity." He even compared himself to the scientific pioneer Galileo. At least now the criticism and bullying Jaden was receiving was because of his own thoughts and ideas and not his father's. He embraced the memes in this video. Jaden Smith reads mind-blowing facts about the universe.
The human brain takes in 11 million bits of information every second, but is aware only of 40. In an average lifetime, human skin completely replaces itself 900 times. You see your nose all the time. Your brain just chooses to ignore it.
He did become somewhat of a fashion trendsetter. Jaden is known for his androgynous fashion style. He frequently wears clothing that blurs the lines between traditional men's and women's fashion, incorporating elements like skirts, dresses, oversized clothing, and bold patterns. In 5 years, when a kid goes to school wearing a skirt, he won't get beat up, and kids won't get mad at him. He even wore outfits like a white Batman suit to prom, the Met Gala, and Kim and Kanye's wedding, but this continued to get him bullied by haters. His tweet stating that Tyler the Creator was his boyfriend just added more fuel to the fire. Their alleged relationship was never confirmed nor denied, but his ambiguity inspired many people around the world. Every new venture seemed to give his haters more material to use against him, but that changed with his album Sire, which even his biggest opposers admit was pretty good. While the lyrics still feel like his signature "I'm 14 and this is deep" style, the production is a 10 out of 10. No exaggeration, this is one of the best produced melodic hip-hop albums of the 2010s. The most prominent single on the project was Icon, which despite not charting on the Billboard Hot 100, it did go 2 times platinum in the United States, while the music video accumulated over 184 million views on YouTube. And this track is nothing short of a banger. Many people criticize him for calling himself an icon.
I think what it means to be an icon is being able to take extreme amounts of hate. The only reason that they receive that hate is because they do things that other people don't do.
Following Sire,
Man, you couldn't take the criticism, the hate.
He got a little older.
No.
I don't know. I'm just trying
I really look at it as he's stuck. He has been stuck in his own little box. And I'll also say this: that online criticism, you would have been able to take if you went to a public school. A lot of times, or just went to school with. Like, you ain't got to go to a public school. You can go to a private school. But you got to be centered around, like, understanding the viewpoints of others. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's so boxed into his own thoughts and opinions where other people's thoughts and opinions are cast out. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're, like, literally, their whole family is, like, stuck in a box. Mm-hmm. And, like, they are, like their whole family is just, it's kind of off from the world. And it's like, bro, like, you do understand, like you want to be a scientist, go be a scientist and go through the process to be don't
claim to be.
A lot of stuff, like a lot of celebrity kids, they claim shit and don't go through the same process as everybody else. Say for instance, like Kim Kardashian, she wants to be a lawyer, but I know people who are going through the process to become lawyers. She ain't did shit near what they doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many people, like, they'll go through processes, and you seeing these celebrity rich ass just because they have the access to the tool, like, access not to the money. It's like they can buy their way into what they want to do. And I'm like, bro, you, like, even you being an artist, if you wasn't Will Smith's son, a lot of people would not tune into you at all. Like, the reason why you even get any relevancy is because of your mom and your dad. Really because of your dad. Like, we give Jada a lot of credit. Jada has did stuff, but the impact is still Will. Mm-hmm. Will is still the number one in the Smith family. Like, Jada ain't even close to it. But I feel like he's so, like, you know what I'm saying?
And like you can get trapped in his own thoughts.
And then the only people you're constantly keep surrounding yourself with, because of your access you have, is people who are like-minded or who's gonna just yes man you because of who you are. Yeah, you're not like, if you go into the real world, go into real society, somebody gonna tell you your ideas are dumb or stupid. Everybody has gotten that who has been a public society,
a public figure.
No, I'm saying public
people. Public society.
Yeah, like we are amongst public society. We go and experience everybody. Mm-hmm. People like this, they limit themselves to society, so they don't go out amongst everybody else and experience
other people outside of their bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all I'm saying. Like they very select. They live in a selective society, and it's like, y'all select the information y'all receive. Y'all select the people y'all hang around. You select the criticism you receive. Mm-hmm. Because only criticism y'all really want is those who gonna appreciate what you have to say. And none that can really tear you down or say, hey, I disagree.
Just check what you like.
Yeah. Like, sometimes ain't nothing wrong with
give you like
debate.
Like true constructive criticism. Like, is
I'm
that
just
what you're trying to
looking
say?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Like, true constructive criticism. Like you said earlier, a lot of people have a lot of yes men around them. And no one ever tells you, like, hey, that's not smart. Or, hey, maybe, like, look at it this way. Or, hey, everyone doesn't think like that. So maybe, you know, it's just like that. I think, yeah, let's move on.
Released Eerie's in 2019, an album that delved into darker themes and explored a more experimental sound. Nobody wants to feel bad for a kid that was born in the 0.001% of society. He has attempted to use his own status as Will Smith's son as a disadvantage. If I were white and not Will Smith's silly son, I would be the most respected philosopher of our and all time. I always knew no one was going to understand me. I felt about life differently than other kids. I could tell by the way they treated me. It is hard to live in the shadow of someone else. Jaden's biggest failures are by trusting his dad's vision. Some of Jaden's worst takes are from the perspective of a teenager trying to develop his own uniqueness. He just did it in front of the whole world. As he got older, he extended his privilege onto others. His long list of charitable endeavors includes Misfits Rep, the sustainable and eco-friendly fashion brand which promotes ethical manufacturing processes and the use of sustainable materials. The Water Box, a filtration system that helps provide clean water nationwide. He also opened a mobile restaurant where homeless people can eat for free. I Love You, launched in 2019, started as a vegan food truck where Jaden aimed to provide free, healthy, sustainable meals to the homeless community in Los Angeles' Skid Row area. He may have been a cringe Nepo baby, but it seems like he at least uses it to do some good in the world. Plus, nothing Jaden has ever said or done will be more embarrassing than the public humiliation Will Smith has been subject to over the past few years.
Man, why we even have to bring
Okay,
that?
come on.
We even have to bring that up. Like,
But, I don't know. I
think I said enough.
You have said enough. I done said what I done said. I feel like his heart is in a good place. He seems like he tries to do good with, you know, I guess
just gotta
with
get
the,
out
with
outside.
the access that he does have. And that's the thing. If you are going to be, have some type of privilege or be, have the access to be able to touch things that maybe someone else is not able to, or make a change, or be able to step in rooms, maybe it may not be as easy for the next person. Do some good with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, whatever you do, if you are going to, have some type of, do good with it. I think a lot of people abuse it. And
I think the best thing you can label him as a philanthropist. Is that how you say it? Because he do a lot of philanthropy work. Like, just... Yeah. It's the right word. I'm just pronouncing it incorrectly. But that's what you can call him. Like, he does a lot, like...
And speaking on going back to like with the movie and all of that, the TV show, the anime, the backpack, all the stuff that they tried to create with the whatever, I forgot what it was called, but
After Earth,
or whatever.
Yeah. Because I still want to see
it
that
could
movie.
have been something good.
It's just his acting was just horrible.
And that's also the thing when y'all want, when you want to follow, this path, or your parents are in that industry and want you to follow behind them. Like, make sure that y'all set y'all kids up for greatness, or make sure you're setting yourself up for greatness. Like, cause like all the acting classes that somebody else that wants to do and get into, and all the studying and all the blood, sweat, and tears that go behind, like trying to come up there. Like, a lot of them don't have to put in that work. They could just like, hey, go.
And that's another thing I wonder, like, with the acting training.
Yeah.
Did he just get coached by y'all, or did y'all actually go get him multiple people to help him?
Right, and I don't know, so I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Maybe. And sometimes maybe you need to take your foot, like as a parent, just because you're in that lane, need to take your foot off the pedal and let somebody else step in and coach. And like say for instance, like LeBron. Like LeBron, you could teach your kid a lot, but sometimes your kid actually need to hear from somebody else. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why it's hard. Like, I understand coaches want to be, parents want to be their kids' coach, but sometimes you need to step and be a parent. Yeah. Because I don't need you to be my coach and my parent, because then I have my coach around 24/7. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I need you to be my parent and not just be my coach.
Yeah, and a lot of times with situations like that, it kind of helps the person, kind of respect other people's opinion and criticism. Yeah. Okay.
Getting back to the criticism. I think he just needs to be willing, understanding how to accept criticism. Yeah. Criticism and not hate. Two totally different. Because the awards thing, I think there was a lot of hate behind that. But criticism, because a lot of people even in YouTube comments be like, you just can't take criticism. No, it's the difference between criticism and hate. Because
for me, it's all about the tone, the delivery, and actually where your heart is. Like, you're not really trying to, what your true intentions are. You're not trying to give me criticism. You just want to complain and hate about something. And criticism. I was about to say.
I was going to say criticism when we used to get criticized about that audio. It was like,
that was criticism. Something that's going to actually help me be able to be a better person. Be better in my craft. Be better at what I'm doing. That's criticism. That's constructive criticism.
But you complain about somebody pausing. They're just being different. This is their lane.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you fine. I just forgot because you.
No, because you.
I forgot. It's okay.
Because of that.
No, it's okay. But yeah.
But I think we addressed
I don't know.
Hey man, with that being said, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts. But as always, I do go by the name DJ the Kid. We are.
Had to go and get it. Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Get me run away from